Alright, so I'm just making a quick video on this real quick. I'll be giving more of my thoughts. If you want to see that, go check it out on Rokfin. This is just kind of an update on how I've been doing. For those of you who've been following me, I just went and got my second, jab on Friday. And, I got the first one. Nothing bothered me from it, except for a little bit of pain over here in the old left shoulder where I got stuck at. And they told me I could have that, okay? But nothing else. And then they told me of all the other symptoms you could get, which I didn't get. And my mother-in-law went and got the same thing. She had to get it a week earlier than me. I said, how'd that second shot affect you? I always heard that second one might be a little bit worse on the side effect side. She said, it didn't bother me at all. Okay? So I was like, well, maybe I'll get lucky, because I've heard other people say it, but then some of them said the first shot bothered them too, and I'm like, well, the first shot didn't bother me, so I'm having to do this for work. Maybe I'll be a lucky one. And I went and I got it, and I went for the rest of the day, and I was A-okay. Didn't have a problem at all. Okay. But then I go to bed that night, and I wake up around probably 4:30, I think it was, in the morning. And I was having an experience that I really didn't care for. I'm going to go more into that in the Rokfin video, but it was concerning. It was concerning. And I've seen some things floating around. Other people had similar thing. Okay. For the rest of Saturday, had a small fever. Wasn't like the 100.4 or whatever. It was like 99.8, and then it crossed over just like 100.2 or whatever, like for a little while on Saturday. Probably didn't help that in the midst of all this, while I feel like ass and death warmed over, I had a project going on that day, because me and my wife are trying to get a building put up in our backyard, and we had some people helping us build the base, and I had lumber out in my shed, and my mother-in-law was coming by to pick it up, and I had to move these big 4-foot by 8-foot pieces of board out into the front yard by myself. And I mean, they're heavy enough, but when you feel like death warmed over, it's not so much the weight that makes those things a fucker to move. It's how big they are, and the fact that it's hard to distribute that weight very evenly. You almost got to yank it to really get it up over your head, and then I'm just suspending it with arms straight up to try to balance this thing to walk it. Now, when you feel like shit, that ain't very fun. But I had to do that, and then when they took it back to her house, one of my in-laws, he was thankful enough. He came, he brought his tools, he cut the wood, they put everything together, they brought the base over, and this big heavy ass damn base now all assembled. And I wasn't the only one, or I'd never got it done. But it was a lot of us. We had to get out there. We had to all give it the heave-ho and move it, get over on the ground. So having to do all that shit while you already feel terrible didn't help anything, I'm sure. But I felt pretty miserable all day on Saturday, and I couldn't really get good sleep. See, when I woke up that morning, one of those experiences, which led to the fever, I was really, really hot and just sweating. And if I get hot, I can't sleep. I'm one of those people. I could sleep with the fan on year round. Matter of fact, I do sleep with a fan on year round. Even if I've got heat running in my house, I probably got a fan on, because if the heat makes me too hot at night, just in the bed. Now, if I were to get up and walk around on that cold floor, I'll cool down quick. If my feet get cold, I'm done. But if I get hot, I can't sleep, and so that started bothering me from night one. But Saturday night going into Sunday night, I was still not able to get good sleep because I was overheating. I was getting hot, I'm sweating, I'm like, geez, this is miserable, right? Now, I didn't have that concerning episode that I had from night one. I haven't had that again. But again, we're going to come back to that in the Rokfin video. But sometime on Sunday, after I finally got up because I couldn't sleep, I started recording some of the Unity Through Music stuff for the channel, and I started feeling cooler again, and checked my temperature. My fever was broke. My temperature was like back down to 95, 96. So I was like, okay, so that's gone at least. Wasn't as fatigued. Didn't have really body aches, which is surprising because of all the stuff I was doing while I was feeling like ass, and my body's one of those things. If I feel sick, if I get to that point, and maybe other people are this way too. I'm not a doctor. I don't study this, but when I get sick, it's like my whole body overall gets more fragile. So anything I do takes a bigger toll on me, and it'll last longer than if I had normally done it. Like the side effects of exerting myself stick with me for days on end. And that might be why my neck is pretty locked up right now. I've noticed that if I get sick and I sleep on my neck, a lot of times it seems like my neck will get more jacked up, and then I need a chiropractor visit bad. Whereas it wouldn't have normally done that if I hadn't been feeling sick. I mean, eventually sometimes the stuff to go here regardless, but if I'm sick, it just gets that much worse. I don't know, maybe other people are that way too, but then, yeah, most everything was gone by Sunday except for the headache. And that is what I am currently still trying to battle off and still trying to deal with is this headache. And at this point, it isn't a headache. It is a migraine. And look, because I've got neck problems, a lot of times that has triggered migraines in my head, okay? And maybe that's what's causing this at this point. I don't know. I'll be getting my neck adjusted today to see if that helps. But, no, I mean, I've had migraines, but I gotta be honest with you. This is a doozy of a migraine right here. It started off as like a headache, but now it's to the point. If I've been sitting down for a while and I just go to stand up, it's like someone's got a fucking air compressor just squeezing air into my head. It's just doing this shit right here, and it is miserable. I went to work last night because I'm trying not to miss work. I already had to miss one night last week when I had to go get the test. But, God, I have had less painful headaches from hangovers than this thing I've got right now. And don't let the fact I'm able to do this fool you. Talking loud doesn't really bother me. If I start having to look around too fast, notice I didn't move my head very much there, but even this driving, if I say had to look over my shoulder to change lanes, which I might have to, but there's going to be a sharp pain that goes through my head. And you might not see me respond that way because for issues I've already had, I can handle pain pretty well. But you might not see it. I promise you it's there. And this thing absolutely sucks, man. So I'm hoping maybe getting my neck adjusted will help with a little bit. Seems like that's the only other nagging issue that I've got right at this moment. So that's the update on how I'm doing. If you want to hear more on this, go over to Rokfin, the Lone Wolf Podcast. I'll be making this video free over there. You don't even have to be a premium member to watch it. But I'll be giving more of the breakdown of some things that I found recently. And go over there, and if you want to watch that, and we'll see you over there at the Lone Wolf Podcast on Rokfin. Take care, everyone.